fit yourself or have them fitted at your dealer.
And we love to personalise our off-roaders.
We do, absolutely. And that was such a key learning that we had doing all the research, understanding our customers, is that no one vehicle is the same. What we've developed with these accessories has the same ethos as the vehicle. You know, we wanted to make sure that we, at its heart, best partners, robust, you know, function over form, and that's really what we've tried to put into our accessories range.
Every Grenadier will end up unique in some shape or form.
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, we hope so. You know, we're all really excited just to see what people come up with.
So what do you want to fit first?
How about the roof rack?
Very straightforward to fit. You do need a few mates to help you carry it on. So what are the alternatives then in terms of carrying stuff on the roof of a Grenadier?
Well, first of all, you can strap things straight to the roof. You've got the protection strips and you've got the side rail, so really easy emergency situations, you know, you're sorted. Or you can get the Rhino Rack crossbars, or indeed you can go for the full deal and get the Rhino Rack roof rack that you can see here fitted to the vehicle.
So it's basically a slotted system, isn't it? So whatever you're going to attach to this runs in these slots on all these panels.
Exactly.
So you can move the attachments wherever you want them.
And also, you know, this is high quality construction, powder coated, corrosion resistant, so designed to be tough.
So next, I want an awning.
Okay, let's get it fitted.
It's a very simple fit, isn't it? 4 bolts and 1 10mm spanner, job done.
Indeed, yeah.
In terms of spec?
So maximum UV protection, waterproof and mold resistant, 270 degrees coverage, plus 11 square metres of coverage as well. And once you've unzipped it, you can just swing it out, 3 poles, 1 on each corner, and it comes all the way round to the back of the vehicle. So if you jump out the side of the car, you can get round to the back to the load space without getting wet.
That's a big awning, so how easy is it to deploy?
Well, I'll show you.
Doors open perfectly. And this is the definition of easy.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Completely.
Fantastic.
5-minute job.
Come rain, come shine, 11 metres squared of shelter. Next. Is that looking like it's kind of in the middle? About there.
Looks pretty good.
So again, incredibly simple to fit, but spec-wise?
So super bright, high intensity, off-road LED light bar, 40 inches. And this is something really you would only use off-road, but when you're on-road, we've got a cover to go over the front.
So where do you plug it in?
If you order the auxiliary high-load switches, then what you get on the outside of the vehicle is 4 roof connectors, 2 on each side. So we plug that in.
And you then get to play with these fantastic overhead switches.
You do indeed. So we have a switch up here which is a battery isolator switch. So to access all of these other switches up here, you first of all switch that on. And then we have this one here which is for the main LED light bar at the front.
So you don't have to have the engine running if you want to use it.
Correct.
But could it drain your battery, or is there a management system in it to stop that happening?
When this is on, as you say, you don't need the engine on, but it's going to stop you from draining it. So eventually, if you kept it on, it would just cut out. But of course, you can order the auxiliary battery as well. So that's another option we offer.
And that will go underneath the rear seat.
Exactly.
So just flick it on again. That's definitely bright enough. So what other off-road accessories are you offering?
Well, we do have a whole range of off-road protection for the vehicle. So what you can see here is the rock sliders. So this is obviously if you're doing some serious off-roading, rock crawling, then this is going to protect the sills of the vehicle, bolts to the chassis, and you can also use the high lift jack anywhere along them. But we also have side runners, so if you want some steps to get in and out of the vehicle, it also helps with reaching the roof, loading things on top, you can fit those instead. And then for other markets, we have a range of things, including bull bars, side protection rails, and also checker plate for the front fenders.
Okay, and so you can jack anywhere along the rock slider, can you?
Correct.
Okay, so this isn't an accessory, but you can get one. You can put one of these on the roof, can't you?
You can, yeah.
We're off. So what about recovery accessories?
So we've got a number of accessories from Red Winches who supply the armed forces. We have the integrated front winch rated to 5.5 tonne, self-recovery front winch. We also have a removable rear winch rated to 3.5 tonne. And then on top of that, we have an off-road recovery kit, which includes all kinds of things to help get you out of trouble.
Good, right, so that's the exterior sorted. What about the inside?
Let's go and have a look.
What's this?
Right, so this is our tailgate camp table. Still in prototype form, but this has been designed bespoke for Grenadier. Multiple uses, so you can use this as a mole panel, attaching tools, bags. Release this, you have quite a handy little table, and you can use it as a workbench, as a camp table, you know, sit in the back, have a cup of tea with your awning over the top.
How much can that take weight-wise?
30 kilos. The nice thing about it is that you barely know it's there when it's folded away, and yet, you know, really offers a lot of versatility and functionality.
So is that another example of where, through talking to potential customers, they kind of went, do you know what, it would be a really, really useful thing for us to have to put on the back door?
We've done an awful lot of research. We've spoken to 4x4 enthusiasts. We've spoken to people that use it as a working tool, and I think that having multiple uses for things, making use out of kind of what would otherwise be dead space, is really what they're after.
So seat covers in a utility vehicle, I'm now a little bit confused.
Right, you don't need to be. So obviously the standard trim, the utility trim, is highly durable. You've got the vinyl, and then this heavy duty cloth that's stain resistant, easily cleanable, is going to be great for, you know, 80% of the time. But if you're getting in and out of the vehicle caked in mud, soaking wet, then you probably want to protect them with something additional. So we do offer these seat covers for both front and back, completely waterproof, heavy duty fabric. So it just gives that added layer of protection. And I think if you're using this vehicle for multi-purposes, you know, and you want to put the family in at the weekend, having used it as a work vehicle all week, then you can just whip these off.
Although I'm very kind of focused on the commercial end of the spec for the Grenadier, there will be Grenadiers that are actually quite plush inside.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, you know, people want to spec up different floors for the vehicle. So the standard flooring is the heavy-duty rubber flooring with the drain valves, so you can wash out the interior. But then on top of that, we've got carpet, and we know some people would prefer that. And then depending what your kind of main flooring is, you then might want to choose different floor mats. We have the carpet mats, but we also have these heavy-duty rubber floor mats, which really are pretty indestructible.
So there you go, a selection of over 50 accessories that have been specifically designed and engineered to enhance the Grenadier's capability. It's very clear that when you buy a Grenadier, everything is available from Ineos for you to really make it yours.
Trail running for me came about in a very interesting way. I was playing rugby semi-professionally, which was something I loved doing, but I had a history of concussions, and during a period where I had to take 6 weeks off, my mum had been fighting cancer, and unfortunately she passed away. I had a fork in the road, and I had 2 clear paths where one was I had this white flag to wave, and if I'd have gone and throw it all away, people would have been okay with that, and that was a real easy route. The other route was use what I was going through to fuel something. I didn't know at the beginning it was going to be running. I didn't know I'd be here doing this now. As a rugby player, running for me was a form of punishment. I didn't understand why anyone would choose to do it. When she passed away, I just found myself running. That clear thought of have all this power and emotion that can be used as an excuse for something terrible, or used as power to show what a strong person my mum was, to then show the world what's possible. I really think that emotion is energy, and that was my fuel for those runs and everything I've done since. It's a real good disconnect from real life. I would process something on that run, and by the time I got back I'd feel a little bit better. I'd have got it out of my system. I don't find it easy, or I don't feel like I'm more motivated than anyone else is, but when you start to get on that path, each time you prove yourself right that you can do something, that first thing's really hard, but then you're like, okay, wow, I did that, what more can I do? And that's all I did. When you do something with like another group of people, you know people are pushing beyond their limits or perceived limits. I think it really levels the ego. I found the running community by setting up a run club that since became the biggest one in the UK. It's one of the best things I've done because the amount of connections that have been made, friendships that have been made, and just being like a basis of friendship from a real beautiful angle. You've met in a space where you're doing something positive for your mental and physical well-being, and having that is amazing. Being out in nature and on the trails definitely amplifies the feeling. There's something so simple and so beautiful about being out in nature. It makes you feel good within yourself, and we should try and get out there more, I think. The ineos grenadier, it makes inaccessible areas accessible, and it also makes it fun, like it adds an element to it. There's part of the journey that isn't just stepping out your house every day, putting your trains on and going on the same run. You want to keep things interesting, you want to come to these amazing places. I go all over the world chasing that feeling of running somewhere new, and the Quartermaster is a vehicle that can get you to those places and be part of the adventure as well. The most fulfilling things in life are things you prove to yourself that have taken hard work. When I'm in a position which is out on a run or on a challenge or whatever, I'm like, this is hurting, I don't know why I'm doing this again. There's a very simple question I ask myself is, can I take another step? The answer is always yes.